Tvos Spotlight Series with your guest host, Tara Travis. Well, hello, people of the voice acting world. My name is Tara Travis, and I am so thrilled to welcome you to the very first ever TVOS Spotlight interview. I was one of the original graduates of the Voiceover School, and in the years that have followed, I have seen so many incredibly impressive talents come through the school and out into the world of professional voice acting. So welcome here. The purpose of this Spotlight series is to lift up, amplify, and show off some of the incredible voice artists that have come out of the Voiceover School and just celebrating their journey and learning from them. You know, I think in this community, we learn so much from each other, from each other's lived experiences and from our own. The more we talk to each other, the more we share, the faster we all grow together. My interview with Sharla is chockablock, full of gems for anyone who's starting out. I cannot wait for you to hear it. We had an amazing conversation. This woman is a ray of light. So I hope you're able to stick with us and listen all the way through. You will not be sorry. It is time well spent. I sure learned a lot in this conversation. I am so excited to introduce our guest, the woman of the hour, Sharla Victor. Trained in music and theater at the University of Central Oklahoma and trained in voiceover at the Voiceover School, Sharla started her VO career in 2019. Since then, she has voiced projects with Daily Harvest, Panera Bread, Databricks, and Minnesota United FC soccer team, to name a few. She lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma with her husband and 2 kids who support and encourage her every step of her voiceover journey. Please welcome to the Spotlight series, supreme talent and gorgeous human being, Sharla Victor. All right, listeners, the moment you've all been waiting for. Please welcome Sharla Victor. Hi, Sharla.
Oh, hi, Tara.
Hi.
How are
welcome.
you?
I am very, very well and so thrilled to be looking at your beautiful face right now.
I'm thrilled to be looking at your beautiful face. I'm so glad to be here.
Oh
I
my
love
gosh.
talking with you.
I love
I'm
talking
glad
with you.
we have this time set aside to do it. It makes me happy.
Oh, me too. Me too. I am grateful for this opportunity. So, golly, we are here to talk about our mutual love of voiceover and specifically celebrating your rock star journey into it. What an exciting move to take your life as a what you work in like engineer consulting or something?
Well, I work with engineers. I
Yeah.
am a now I'm losing my title. I I am a project coordinator. So really I do a lot of I don't even know what to tell you I do. I work with engineers. I am not an engineer.
All right. But to take, you know, that from that life and that career to say, you know what, I've got this other superpower inside of me, and to find a way to tap into that and unleash it on the world. And boy, have you. So, yeah, tell us. The world wants to know. Tell us all about your journey into voice acting.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to be laser about it. I'm not going to tell you my life story. But I've always been a performer from birth. Every one of my family sings. So singing, did dancing, acting, ended up studying music in college. But when I was a little kid, I loved radio. I think, being a kid growing up in the 80s, I think everybody had a recorder, a tape recorder,
Oh
and you'd
yeah,
record people and, play DJ. And yeah, so I did a
totally.
lot of that, tons of tapes of me doing that. I really wanted to be a DJ. But I just never really, I didn't get into that. When I graduated high school, I didn't do that. I studied music because I sing.
Mm-hmm.
And I went on that journey and really didn't come around to anything close to voiceover until I got into something called blacklight radio. My friend Gene is a DJ. He was a DJ here in the Tulsa area, and we got to be good friends when we were younger. And anyway, he started an internet radio station called Blacklight Radio. It's an 80s station. It's still going.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
it's so fun. It's so good. And I called him up one day and said, "Hey, I want you to teach me radio. It's something I never did. I want you to teach me." And he said, "Oh, I'm just going to drop you in. You're going to be one of my DJs." And I was like, "Really? Okay." So I learned Audacity.
Yes.
Yeah. And he let me have free reign, whatever I wanted to do. And it was so fun. And I did that for a couple of years. But I was a single mom and I had 2 jobs on top of that. And finally I was just like, you know what? I can't do it anymore. So I stopped doing that, but I loved it. And I took one of those quizzes on Facebook where, the personality quizzes.
Yeah.
And and I always get actor, weather girl, like things that you can't, I mean, who goes out and does that anyway?
Yeah.
And I got voice actor as like something that I could do, from taking that quiz on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I ended up I thought, okay, that's interesting. That's something I'd like to do. So I got a book on it, and I wish I could remember what book it was. There
are so many.
I know there are so many. I should have written that down. But anyway, got a book
If
on it.
you
and was
think
like,
we'll put it in the notes if
we'll
you
put it
think
in.
of it later.
We'll put it
yeah.
in.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And I read the book and I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And so I started following every voice actor I could follow on Instagram. I started reading more books.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of there was a podcast I listened to for a while there. I very much got into it, but I really didn't take the step because it was there are some people out there that are really out to get your money.
Oh, for sure.
And I knew about that. I knew about that from the books I read.
Right.
People that really are just going to tell you a little bit about voiceover and then try to sell you on making your demo, and then they're gone.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Beware, everyone. Listeners who are out there who are thinking about this business, that is definitely a lesson along the way. Be wary of whom to trust as you embark on your journey. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So you did your research.
I was not real. Yeah. I was not going to jump into something unless I knew I could trust it. And I saw an interview. It was a news interview. I was following Amanda on Instagram.
Yes.
And her news interview where she's talking about the voiceover school.
Yes. Amazing.
That came on. And I was like, she's a mom.
Yeah.
She has a family. I think I can trust her. And then, really it's been history from there. I not too long after that, my mom had passed away. I got I had a little bit of money from that. And I thought, I really want to do something good with this money. I want to make my mom proud. And I want to do something with this money that will make more, make it grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought, this is it. This is what I want to do. So I took that money and I invested in the course. I invested in equipment, and so glad I did. So glad. And I know she's glad too.
Oh, Sharla Victor, I have full body goosebumps right now. What a beautiful story. And there's so much in it. It's so rich. I Yeah. Gosh, I almost feel your mom here with us being like, yes,
Oh,
investing in your
yeah.
legacy, investing in that gorgeous voice, investing in something that fuels you, that fuels your
Yeah,
spirit, you know?
absolutely.
That is
That's
incredible.
absolutely what she would want.
That is incredible. And for people who are listening, who are thinking about studying voiceover, or even just investigating a little bit, I think there are so many takeaways in your origin story. uh you
Mhm.
know Things like follow your curiosity. um
Yeah.
you know what you just intuitively started with so many of the steps that people tell you to start with. Follow all of the voice actors, see what they're up to, see what they're doing, see what their presence is like, see where they studied, what they learned, read all the books, read all the cautionary tales. And also you have this incredible willingness to say yes and to leap when you know it's time to leap. Looking
Oh,
at the story of
thank you.
your DJ friend. You're going, oh, I'm a single
Oh.
mom. I got two jobs, but yes,
Yeah.
you know.
I had taken a very extensive, um, emotional, intelligence course.
Mm,
It was pretty lengthy. It was several months long, and a part of that was finding out what brings you joy and going for it and making it happen. And I thought, you know what? That brings me joy. That's what I want to do. And I thought, I'm going to see what Gene can teach me. And he did.
yes,
So
yes. Finding those mutually beneficial opportunities, finding those relationships that just lead you down the next step of the path. Oh, that is so inspiring. And I did not know that about you, the emotional intelligence course, or that background in your education. And I completely understand it now. It really explains your intuitive reading as well. Your inflection, how you're
thank you.
able to, even in a cold read, drop into the spirit of a piece, and find the right emotional vibration for its intended ears, if that makes
Thank you.
sense.
Well, I love it. I love it. I love being
Hmm.
in that place.
Hmm.
I love being in that place. And yeah,
And you're an absolute natural at it. And
thank you.
that is certainly something that tone can be learned and can be taught, absolutely, if
Oh
that's not
yeah.
not a part that comes naturally to you. But it's, sometimes there's that extra magic, and just bringing your own human story into all the work that you do. I think that's one of the biggest lessons I've certainly had in my voiceover journey is, I come from a world of, making up character voices,
Oh my gosh.
and
I love that.
which
I
which is
love
which is
that.
which is great and fun. And
Yeah.
so much of voiceover work is, hey, I'm this human with this lived experience, and this is how it sounds in my voice. And because I'm so specific, therefore I'm universal. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
It's
having
safe to be me. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And you're just so alive and present and in tune with who you are. It makes you the ideal conduit for this kind of work. So, um
That's so cool.
I'm just
Tara
so excited for
Travis.
you.
Tara
Oh my
Travis.
gosh. Oh my gosh. So you saw, or you heard a radio interview, is that right? With Amanda Sellers Sturko?
It was a news.
It was
Yeah,
a
it was
news.
a news on a TV station.
Right,
And
right.
they were interviewing her, and it
Yes.
was probably years ago, I don't know. And yeah, she was talking about the school, talking about her
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
and I thought, I can trust her.
Oh,
I just
absolutely.
knew. So,
Absolutely.
and it was right on because
Mhm.
she and Mike are awesome people. They're awesome people.
They truly are.
It's
Yeah.
not just a course where they just
No.
bye, see you later.
Yeah.
They get to know you,
Mhm.
and they truly support you and walk you through it. And
Yeah.
I just cannot be
Yeah.
more grateful.
Yay. So
Yay!
of course, we're talking about Amanda Sellers-Sherko and Mike
Yes,
Sherko, the creators of the Voiceover School,
the voiceover school.
the Voiceover School, of which we are both graduates
Yeesh.
and now working voice actors as a result. I mean, how
Mhm.
thrilling! How thrilling!
I love it.
But I do indeed agree that Amanda and Mike's support, it not only comes from the leadership of leading by example. They
Mhm.
live such full and rich lives beyond their incredible business as voice actors,
Yeah,
um, and they bring all of themselves to the work and to their support of
and so much emotional intelligence. I mean, so much emotional intelligence.
talk
It's
about emotional
awesome.
intelligence. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
and they uh, do they sleep is my question
You
because
know, I was thinking that earlier today. I was like, "What? When?
they have kids,
When did they do that?"
they nurture these relationships, they nurture all their incredible other projects. They're working all the time, and then they also have so much time to invest in answering questions and creating all this bonus content and all these opportunities. It's just nuts. So,
Something tells me though that that brings them energy. It's that
oh yeah,
part of their life that
yeah,
brings them energy to
yeah.
do the rest, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it can't possibly be taking from a well, or they would have been dry a long time ago, I think it
Mhm.
it definitely fills it for sure.
So it's this that it's the voiceover, it's the relationship in the voiceover community
Yeah.
that keeps me going to
Yeah.
do all the other stuff that I do.
Yeah, we lift each other
Totally.
up. It's a good
Oh,
place to
yeah.
be. It's a good place
Oh,
to
yeah.
be. So yeah, so you graduated in 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you had already had plenty of on mic experience in
Mhm.
other ways. Um,
To tell you the truth, with the blacklight radio,
mhm,
I I didn't get a lot as much technical training as I
mm,
really, really needed.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I really needed that.
So you
So,
you you
but
had
I had some experience, some.
you weren't coming completely cold, like, "I'm an
Right,
accountant at a desk," to, "What does this thing do?"
right.
Um, okay, just to get the lay of the land.
Sure.
So, coming from where you came from, how did the voiceover school specifically, its content and your journey through it, how did it inform, your journey to date as a now working voice actor? Any
Oh
key
gosh.
takeaways, aside
You
from the
know,
wonderful things you've already listed?
there is really so much just step by step to get started,
Mm,
as far as, I mean, technically, as far as the what kind of mic to get, how do you set up your mic, how do you soundproof a room, what I mean, all of that, um but also, what genre am I going to go towards, what so much. I learned so much. And really, what I really wanted to do when I started the whole thing is, okay, I need to know how to set up a booth, and I need to know how do I get gigs.
mhm,
And I thought, okay, I'm going to learn that and I'll be good. I can just, go
mhm.
about and do this thing. There's so much more to it than
And
that.
yet and yet there is
So much
so
more.
much more.
So much
Yeah,
more.
you learn things you
Yeah.
didn't know you wanted to learn or needed to
Mhm.
learn.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's very comprehensive,
yeah, and
you
it's
know?
very collaborative.
Yes.
It's not just you. It is
Nope.
not just you, and it's not just you, like, I'm not talking about when you actually get the gig and
Mhm,
you're working with an audio engineer, a
mhm,
director, and, whatever. It's also when you're learning.
mhm, mhm.
It You've got to have feedback.
You have to.
You've got to have feedback, and you've got to have, um inspiration and
Mhm.
ideas, and there's so much you need from a community.
Absolutely. And especially in such an independently driven business, right? And we're
Mm-hmm.
performing in a vacuum all day. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but also coming from a theater background, like where's my audience? Like I start to
Yeah.
feel like I've completely lost any sense of how things are being read at any point because I don't know if I'm getting laughs or if people look confused or you don't know how it's being received on the other end until that community mirrors it back to you, right?
Well, and motivation.
That too.
Right. Because okay, the first directed session I had,
Hmm.
um, I was nervous. I fumbled all through that. I was a mess. I was sweating. I was just like, I was a total mess. And when it was over, I was like, and
Yeah.
and the guy said, just send me the raw audio. And I thought, oh, I can't do that. I've got to take out all the mouth clicks. I've got to take out like, no, I can't just send you raw
Yeah.
audio. And
I
I
gotta fix
listened
all
to
my
it.
oopsies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And he was like, no, send me the raw audio. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. And I sent it to him and I thought, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm done. I'm never doing
Yeah.
this again. And it freaked me out. And I thought, okay, he thinks I'm awful. He thinks I'm terrible. And he is ended up being the one person that has come back to me. I've worked with him 4 or 5 times now.
Mm-hmm.
And when he called me back, I was like, really? I was awful. I didn't say that, but in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, okay.
No, and
But
now
yeah,
you've
yeah,
learned, oh, sometimes they just want to engineer it themselves. They have a consistent, process that they run their
well,
files through
yeah.
and they want to do their own timing and spacing and
And he
you
didn't
know,
know that was my first directed session. He didn't,
no,
I
no,
didn't get any kind of good job, Sharla. Woo, that was so good. Awesome. Nothing. There was no audience, congratulating me. There were, no
yeah,
parents with roses in the audience going, yeah, we love
yeah, right.
you know and I just walked out and went, I suck, I'm awful,
Mm,
and yeah, I you have to really be able to know within yourself
mhm.
you're good. And if
Yeah,
you're and maybe you have ways to improve, find
sure,
those ways, find the people who give you feedback and that you
sure.
trust, and you know it's not going to come from a directed session.
No, no. If you're there for approval, you're at the
Right,
wrong
right.
place, right? You've proven that you're good enough to do the job because you booked the job.
Yeah, I auditioned and
So
they took
you're
me.
you're there because they're like, you're the person we want.
Hmm.
We're I think the thing that I had to come to terms with or change my logicking around is the idea of being a service provider as opposed to an actor or an artist because
Hmm.
in a lot of those situations where it's more of a commercial or that sort of thing, it's kind of like, let's hire the best plumber to fix this pipe. Oh, great. Yep, that's exactly how we wanted that water to flow. Great. You know, uh, Sometimes it is more like that. It is a little more
Yeah,
clinical and it is a little more, yep, that's the thing. That's how we wanted that thing. Perfect. Okay. Yep,
yeah,
thanks.
moving
Bye.
on.
Like got it.
Yeah.
Bye. On to the next. Um there's yeah, they don't hold space for the artist's heart, so we
Right,
need to do that for ourselves
right.
and know that we got the job, we
Hmm.
are the chosen one, and we're here to do the thing that we do and that we
And it
do so well.
it takes time to learn that.
Yeah.
It takes time to grow that muscle.
It's
Yeah.
an inner knowing.
Hmm.
But it comes with practice and some days you're just feeling like "Mah," and you have to you have to fake it till you make it. I think that's
Hmm.
something that I really appreciate about Mike and Amanda. They're so transparent about their humanness in their own learning process and
Hmm.
they talk about, "Oh, we didn't know what we were doing. we just jumped in. We bought this microphone. We're like, I don't know, let's try some auditions or booking some stuff. I don't know. There's so many lessons we learned the hard way, and now they've compiled these, this over a
Yeah.
decade of concerted knowledge, and they're funneling all the gems to us. Um, and
I love it.
which is so great. But some things you just have to learn for yourself.
Yeah.
Have you had any big lessons, either in a good way or a bad way, that have come through your time as a professional voice actor?
That was a big lesson. That was a big
Mm.
lesson. It
Mhm.
took me a while to get back in the booth, and it took some self-awareness to go, you know what, Sharla, you talk yourself out of stuff and
Mm.
you love this. So get your booty back in that booth and let's do this.
Mhm.
Um, and so that was a big lesson. And really knowing that I need the community.
Mhm.
Um, I guess maybe coaching. Um, I really need more coaching than I've done. I've done a lot of, because I'm great with groups. I
Oh,
love me some groups. I love
yeah.
me some, yeah. I'm all into that, the
Mhm.
workouts and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But one-on-one coaching, I need to do that a little bit more. I've done some, but yeah. Yeah.
I also feel that need, and it is one to be filled.
Ish.
Yes, yes, yes. Maybe we can be accountability buddies on that.
We probably do need to do that. So,
uh,
yeah.
you know,
Well, we'll talk. We'll talk.
we'll talk. Talking about that booth confidence thing, and how it takes a while. It made me think of this word I learned recently, which is called pronoia, and
Ooh.
it's kind of the opposite of paranoia, where it's enter every situation assuming that everyone wants you to succeed.
Ooh.
Everyone is 1,000,000% on your side and is there to watch you do what you do and do it best. Like, regardless of however they sound to you, don't project anything on them. They're there
Well, and
to
really,
believe in
who's
you.
to say they're not?
Exactly. So
Who's to say they're not?
why assume that because they didn't say anything beyond, okay, next, okay, thank you, bye. Yeah, just because they didn't, say, "Oh, that was so great. Thank you so much for your time and talent." Just because they didn't say that doesn't mean they weren't thinking it or effectively
Mm-hmm.
feeling it, right?
Right.
Yeah, why assume that their silence means, "Oh god, we're going to have to hire someone else," And we're so quick to plant that
Yeah. It could be
narrative
they,
into their
yeah,
heads, right? From
could
our
be they
perspective.
walked out on everybody else, Maybe they didn't say
Yeah.
anything at all.
Let's let our default
So
belief be that everyone thinks we're awesome and, just wants to hang out with us and watch us do what we do because we're awesome.
the truth is always better than what we think. It's always
Honestly,
better.
why do we do that to ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
um, so you've had a number of incredible gigs, and some of them, uh, you know, higher on the profile scale, depending on how you view these things. Do you have any like handful of greatest points of pride or success so far, as far as gigs that you've done, or
I
even
am proud, and it may be because I'm still kind of new. I'm proud of everything. Like
yes,
I'm proud of auditions. I, I'll
yes,
I'll audition for something and I'll be, oh, you've got to hear this. Listen to this. I'm proud of my goofs. Like I have a whole
yes.
do you collect your bloopers? Do you have any
Oh,
bloopers you've
I
collected?
do I do sometimes. I do sometimes for sure, because 'cause I've got some doozies,
I
and
have
they're
some doozies.
hilarious. Yeah.
They are. They're funny. There
Yeah.
was one I auditioned and it was about smelling a gas smell. And it
Oh,
was
yeah.
a whole bunch of different scenarios of people smelling a gas smell, and they're calling a gas company saying, I smell gas. And I could not, I got to about the fourth or fifth one and I could not stop laughing. I was laughing so hard I could barely breathe. I'm proud of everything, but um I'm proud of uh, the one job they, they kept coming back, and I loved that was Databricks.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool. Um, I got a huge kick out of Daily Harvest. Um,
Yeah, I heard that spot was great.
did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah.
so you called the number? Did you call the number,
Oh no, I
or did
think didn't
or
no,
did I
didn't you
play it?
you played it on as don't you have it as part of one of your demos?
I
Or
think I
am I
did.
thinking of something else?
Well, Daily Harvest, it was slam poetry. Did you hear the
Yes,
slam okay,
I
okay.
thought so.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I
So
just heard you posting anyway.
they had a new line of flatbreads, and they wanted to advertise them on their hold. It was their phone system. So while people were on hold, they heard me doing slam poetry, and it was hilarious. The scripts were so funny. And I called that number so many times. And I sometimes I get a hold of somebody. I'm like, really? I'm calling to be on hold. Will you put me on hold? Because that's me. That's me on the hold button. Oh, really? That's you? Yeah, that's me. I was really proud of that.
Oh my god, that is so amazing. I love that so much.
Oh my gosh, that script. It was
A-
great.
And
Bread. Flat bread. Yeah.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I love that. And what a cool move as a company too.
Oh
You
yeah.
know?
And I kind of don't know where to put that in a demo. Do I put that in commercial, or do I put that in IVR? Like, where does that go?
Where does that live? That's a great
Oh,
question.
I sent that. Yes, I sent that to you. I was sending you stuff that I was considering for animation,
Right.
because I
Yes,
thought it
yes.
might fit with animation too. It was just
Yes.
kind of, yeah,
Yes.
that's where
That's
you
how
heard
I
it.
heard it. That's how I
Yeah,
heard it. So I was like,
yeah,
called the number. Uh-oh. I'm totally thinking of the wrong thing. But no, I did hear it. It's a oh my gosh, it's amazing.
yeah.
Um, and that's niche marketing, you know? Um,
It's out there. Yeah.
yeah, and what a cool thought, thinking about other products and services that you love that might have a line where people are on hold for a long time and, maybe pitching that
Yeah.
idea to someone else.
Oh gosh,
Um,
that's a great idea.
right? Just
Tara,
to
you're giving me ideas.
right? Uh-oh, and we're giving that idea to the whole world right now.
I love it. Yeah, that's true.
There are opportunities for all of us, and that's one of
That's
the biggest
right.
lessons that you'll take away from the voiceover school too. Yeah, so you've come so far in such a short amount of time, especially considering the fact that you're working, a full-time job, you've got kids, you've got other things that you do, and you're somehow rocking it in this,
Because I love it. I
because
love
you
it.
love it.
I
Following your
love it.
passion, following your curiosity, it energizes you. That is so great. So what's next for you? What's your next dream?
You know, I would love to voice a toy.
Yes.
That would be so, no, Tara, you are going to do that. I see you. There is no doubt in my mind. There
I
is
uh,
no doubt. I see that.
I already kind of am, but it's a work in progress, so I can't really talk about it. But anyway,
Oh, oh my gosh, Tara. I love
but
it. I love
yes,
it.
I love that as a goal. I love that as a
Mm-hmm.
goal for you. Uh, it's in the vortex now, so it will manifest.
All right.
Time will
All
tell.
right. I have
Just
spoke it.
you have spoke it, and you're vibing high always. You just radiate joy and goodness, and
Ew.
that's something that we learned too by watching Amanda and Mike.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
how you exist in the world and how you relate to people is really big in this business, because people who are just a dang pleasure to communicate with and to work with and who are willing and clearly do what they love, why
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't you go back for more of that? Why wouldn't you?
How are there so many people like that in our school? Seriously.
It's
There
like,
are amazing
yeah,
people.
yeah. So
Oh
if
my
you're a
gosh.
positive, high vibing human who just
Hmm.
loves to connect with other people and tell stories with your voice, look at me. I'm getting into
Yes.
saleswoman. Let's get serious now, voice.
Dream of your
Okay.
best life.
Dream of your best life, everyone. You know you're a good person.
Close your eyes. Bring yourself to this moment. You will be a voiceover artist. You will today.
This message brought to you by Sharla Victor, recent graduate of the Voiceover School. Uh, uh, well, gosh, I think we just made them an ad. They're gonna have to pay us for that.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're
Mm.
going to hear it somewhere, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll put it on their
Let's
hold line.
let's
Uh, all right. So what would you? I mean, you've already given us so many golden nuggets from your journey. Is there anything that we haven't mentioned yet that you would share some nugget of wisdom for someone who's
Mm.
just starting out in VO, or even who's just even someone who's on the fence about trying the voiceover school in particular as a method of getting into it?
There is so much work out there. There is
Mm,
plenty of work out there. I think that that's something that I would want to tell somebody that is looking at this industry. Um, go for it. Jump into it. Just do it. Just do it. Put yourself out there. Get feedback. Um, take classes. And there's plenty of work. There's plenty of work out there.
yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, for people who have, who have done the work, who have studied
Hmm.
and have some semblance of
Yeah, and I think, in the beginning, I did a lot of, I auditioned like crazy,
mm,
and I, like, hyper focused on VO, and I had to take some breaks,
mhm,
I had to step back from it
mhm,
and rest and come back, and kind of, like, make myself walk away and come back and anyway, it takes time. It takes time to find your rhythm. Um, it takes time to find your place in it. Just don't give up. Don't stop.
mhm.
Keep moving forward. Even if it's a
Yeah,
crawl, even if it's just a little bit, keep
yeah.
moving forward.
And whatever your voice is, it's right. It's absolutely right for the projects for which it is right.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
We need your voice.
Need your voice.
Voice it,
Uh,
voice it, voice it.
oh man, now we've got a jingle for them now. We've got a
Hmm.
commercial spot. We're just producing free material here. We can't help ourselves.
Oh my gosh, they need a jingle. Tara, why have you not done a voiceover
Oh my
school
gosh.
jingle?
Okay, listen, Charlotte Victor. I think this is something we can collaborate on.
The
Um,
voiceover school. It's here for you. Mike and Amanda. Yeah, I hear like a like bing, bing,
yeah,
bing. Yeah,
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 yeah. And then we
yeah,
get like a guy with like a super low bass to do some
yeah.
kind of little undertone, like
Oh
kind of
yeah. Like a
a or even just do some like, yeah, baby. What are you waiting for? I'm
what
not.
who is that? White.
Oh, I'm thinking Barry White,
Very
right?
White.
Barry
Yeah.
White. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We
Very
need to find.
White. Oh
But
yeah.
oh my gosh. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure sharing this time with you. Um, holy smokes, you are.
Always a pleasure.
I could just talk
Always
to
a
you for
pleasure with you.
days. I could talk to you for days. But you've been so generous with your time. Is there anything else you would like to share before we wrap to our final moments?
Of course, I want to share how incredibly grateful I am for the voiceover school community, for
Mm,
Mike and Amanda, for the hearts that bring this all together. And my journey has been outstanding. And I really, really could not have done it without them. No way.
Woo! Oh, man. Whew. That like knocked the wind out of me. I can't imagine how they're going to feel when they hear that. That was, you are a
So
ray of
true though.
sunshine.
So true
So true.
though.
It's
Oh
absolutely
gosh.
true. I 1,000,000% echo it, and I only wish I could say it so articulately. That was, yeah, it's absolutely true. I feel exactly the same way. So yeah, I guess we'll just wait to hear when your toy comes out,
All
and we'll
right.
don't be a stranger now. Uh,
No.
our quadrillions of listeners who are soon to find us will want to follow you and follow your journey. Where can they find you? Tell us your handles and such.
All right. So I am Sharla Victor Voiceover on Instagram. Now I'm going to look and make sure that that's what it is. I think that's what it is. I'm going to look real quick. And then you can find me as Sharla Victor on Facebook. Then website is sharlavictor.com. Really, Google Sharla Victor, SHARLA. You cannot go wrong. You'll find me.
Heck yeah, we are all going to follow you all the way to the top. There will be a line. There will be a line of toys, like a family of toys.
Woohoo!
You will be dispelling your wisdom and joy via various cuddly friends across the universe in no time.
I want to be one of those annoying toys, that they have in the drugstore that, where you push the button, they're like,
push
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to buy one of those for everyone in the family.
Yes.
Yes.
And you know what? It won't be annoying because it's your voice. It'll be one where the parents like, don't touch it. Well, that's sweet. Put it in the cart. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Boom. Let's make that a reality. All right. I have treasured this time with you. Thank you again so much. The people are going to receive so much from this time. I am giving you a little hand-shaped heart for the people who are only listening, not watching, and I receive your hand-shaped heart. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And thank you, listeners, for spending this time with us. There are going to be more interviews. I was going to say just like this. There will never be an interview just like this, but more interviews featuring some of the other stellar rock stars coming out of the voiceover school and into the world of professional voice acting.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been Tara Travis, your guest host, and thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.
TVOS Spotlight Series
With your guest host, Tara Travis. If you want to know more about the voiceover school, please visit thevoiceoverschool.com. Today's guest was Sharla Victor, and fun fact, just after this interview, I asked her if she would please sing a jingle for us, and then we created this little jingle together. So, TVOS Spotlight Series jingle composed and performed by Sharla Victor with Tara Travis. Until next time, folks, take care. Again, come see us at thevoiceoverschool.com. Hope to catch you there.